So welcome, good morning. Go ahead and get comfortable on your back. Pick up some space. And enjoy your breath. Your breath, excuse me, is what we're talking about today. We haven't done a review on our breath. Sorry, all of a sudden I get this hoarse voice. What the heck? Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. So again, reviewing the importance of our breath, which we know is just a really essential part of our yoga practice. Secular yoga is called pranayama, breath of life, and we rely on our breath throughout the day and certainly throughout our yoga practice. It helps us to switch over from state of our body in a state of, we'll call it like frenzy, to that calm or sedate state where our parasympathetic nervous system kicks in. So we use the breath to do that, to switch over. I know you guys are experienced yogis and you know how to use your breath, but we have these different breaths that we take. So right now, I just want you to find the one that is most beneficial to you. So in through your nose and out through your mouth, or in and out through your nose. And I want you to elongate your breath, making your exhales longer. Okay, and use that breath however you need to. If you're hot today, we're saying today's not a really hot day, which is wonderful for us for September. But if you're hot, you can do the cooling breath. You've been running around today and your body temperature is up. Breathe in like you're breathing into a straw, closing your lips. Like it's around a straw. You just got that little hole that you're pulling that air in. Your tongue is at the back of your teeth. And then you're going to close the lips and release out through the nose. And it gives you that cooling sensation. Okay, wonderful breath to use in the summer when we're hot. So just continue to breathe here with the breath that you love. Thinking about how you're oxygenating your body. Filling up the lungs and then allowing the lungs to empty out. Job 33 verse 4, it says, "The Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life." The Spirit of God has made you. The breath of the Almighty gives you life every day, every moment of every day. Think about how God breathed into Adam that first breath. He breathed it into his lungs. And enjoy 3 or 4 more nice long breaths here. Great, let's go ahead and start stretching out that spine. So take your arms overhead, reaching all the way back, pointing your toes towards the front of the mat. Feet in line with your hips. Take your right hand over your left for your swimmer hand. Interlace your fingers if you want. Get that lovely stretch into your shoulders, your lats. Maybe feel it in your armpits. Really stretch back. And using that big exhale, bring those knees into your chest and squeeze out all the air. And we'll do that again. Inhale all the way back. Deep breath in. Enjoy that big stretch back. Left hand on top and swimmer hand. Again, you can interlace your fingers if you'd like. Put those toes forward. Get that lovely stretch. And release and exhale. Bring your knees in. Press them in nice and tight. Take your legs high and take them nice and wide. We're going to circle out the feet, nice and slow. Spreading out your toes. We're going to continue to circle and draw the legs together until you're in center. And then releasing those circles, take right leg over left. Knees bent, feet fall towards the body. Go ahead and draw those feet in. Okay. Gently move here if you'd like. A little bit of movement in that lower spine and your hips. Breathing through. And then coming back into center, release. Take that nice and wide again. So taking that big wide open V, we'll circle the feet. Go the opposite way this time. Stretching out those toes. Lovely. And then continuing to circle the feet, draw the legs slowly together. Feel those adductors working. The inner thigh muscle. Once you get center, left leg over right, knees bend, feet fall towards the body. Bring those feet in. You can either stay here or maybe get a little bit of movement. Continuing to breathe. So if you're rocking, go ahead and bring it on back into center. Release, take those legs wide. One last time here, nice big stretch here. You can press in this time, lower legs, your upper legs, not your knees, and we'll take 2 breaths. Drawing those legs gently together, dropping your knees to your chest. Exhale. Inhale, let's bring the feet to the mat. Take your twist here. Shift your hips to the left, knees to the right. Nice simple twist. Arms out. Look left. Stacking feet, stacking knees, stacking hips. Enjoying nice light breaths here in your twist. Then we'll gently walk those legs apart. So the bottom leg is going to toe heel to the right. The top leg is going to toe heel to the left. So just stagger the legs. Enjoy a few more breaths here. Lovely job. Let's go ahead and walk everything back into center. And we'll take that simple twist on the other side, so knees to the left. Head looking to the right, everything stacked. And that lovely spinal twist. Breathing lightly through your twist here. Again, just being very mindful of your breath as you move through your practice today. Just notice as you breathe, are your lips closed? You're taking the ujjayi breath in and out through your nose. Breathing in and out through your mouth. Just be mindful of where your breath is. So let's go ahead and walk those legs apart, staggering the legs. Top leg walks to the right, left leg, that bottom leg walks to the left. Just go to that place that feels best. Enjoy a few breaths here. Beautiful job, ladies. One more breath. We'll gently walk everything back into center, coming into your bridge pose. So shift those hips back into center, arms at your side, knees in line with your hips. Let's go ahead and lift those hips up. Into a nice big full bridge. We're going to reach back with both arms. Inhale. And then exhale, float the arms to your sides and gently release your spine to your mat with intention. Once your tailbone is down, let's do that again. Lift up, inhale, breathe, and reach back. Root into those feet. Exhale, float the arms to your sides and gently release to your mat. And enjoying one more nice big bridge here, lifting those hips up, pressing the hips up, rooting into the feet, reaching back with your inhale. Exhale, release, slowly float the arms to your sides, bringing your spine to the mat. Once your tailbone is down, draw your knees into your chest, squeeze them in. A little rock left and right here. Massaging out that back. And then coming back into center. Hands behind the knees, we'll roll forward and back. Using your breath here as you move into that spine, rolling forward and back. Let's take two more. And then gently come up to your seated position. Very nice, sitting nice and tall. Let's take a big breath up and inhale. And exhale, floating it down. We'll slide a hand out to the side. Take the opposite hand over for a nice long side body stretch. Probably your lower shoulder down, away from your ear. You can peek up under your top arm. And just breathe into that top rib cage, lengthening out that right side of your body. One more breath here. Now come down with that right arm planted behind you, go to your twist, bringing it to your opposite knee, left hand to your opposite knee, gently twisting, looking over your back shoulder. So we want to think about inhaling as we lengthen up through the crown of the head, and exhale so you can go a little deeper into your twist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. And we'll do one more. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale and twist. Take that back arm and just sweep it around to the opposite knee. So your arms are crossed. Rounding your spine, look down, dropping your chin towards your chest, drawing your navel in. Focusing on your upper back, your scapula. Separate those scapula. And take one more breath here. And then come back in the center of your knees. Take a big breath up. Inhale. Exhale, float the arms down. So go to the opposite side. Slide that right hand out. Left arm comes over. Drop that bottom shoulder away from your ear. Keep your hips down, maybe peek up under that top arm, lengthening out that left side, breathing into that top rib cage. One more breath here. All right, very nice. So we're going to come on up and go to that twist on the other side. So left hand sweeps to the right knee. Sorry, right hand sweeps to the left knee. Use that arm behind you to prop you up. You guys got it. Go to the twist on the other side. So again, we want to think about in our twist, lengthening up with the inhale. And then going maybe a little bit deeper into your twist with your exhale. Dropping those shoulders down as you breathe out. And enjoy one more breath here. And then take that back arm and sweep it around to that opposite knee. Dropping chin towards shoulder. So the opposite arm should be on top this time. If for some reason it's not, go ahead and switch. But round your spine. Again, think about your upper back. Expand your upper back. And towards the chest. Feel that lovely stretch in the back of your neck. Take a couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Come on up. We'll take a big breath all the way up. Inhale. And then drop those arms behind you with your exhale. We'll go to our chest opener, leaning back, lifting the chest. And now squeezing, drawing those shoulder blades together in the back this time. Going to that counter stretch to that upper back stretch. Now we're doing the chest stretch. Leaning back. If this bothers your neck, go ahead and bring your chin towards your chest. Down. 3 deep breaths into the chest. Lifting that heart space as you breathe in. Beautiful job. We're going to go into our reverse tabletop. So just planting your feet in front of you, lifting those hips up. So just like tabletop, but reverse, right? So again, be aware of your neck. If this bothers your neck, drop your chin towards your chest. Look down the center line of your body. And so we're going to inhale. We're going to lift more with that inhale. And then exhale and just drop down about halfway. And then come back up. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, just about halfway or where it feels appropriate. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. And we've got one more. Inhale up. And exhale and lower all the way. Bringing your hips down all the way to the mat, drawing your knees into your body, into your chest, squeezing them in, sitting nice and tall. Beautiful job. Let's go back to our crossed legs and just roll out your wrists a few times. Okay, maybe more than a few times. Go ahead and open up those hands, spread your fingers wide and go the opposite way. Sitting tall, working into wrists, hands, fingers. Come back into center, left hand to the right, pull those fingers back, straight arm, open up that wrist. And then drop your fingers down to the ground, pressing into the top of your hand. That nice stretch there. And then we'll go to the other side, other arm, pull those fingers back. Again, keep the arm straight here. Push the heel of the hand out, opening up that wrist. Wonderful. And then fingers down towards the ground. And sideways, better. Press into that hand, the top of the hand. Awesome. We'll shake that out. Come on to your knees. Knees under your hips. All right, toes right behind your knees. So we're gonna do our little Sun salutation on our knees today. So we're gonna take a big breath up and inhale. We're gonna exhale, float the arms down, interlace your fingers behind your back. I'm gonna take the arms over, head comes down. And then inhale back up, reaching back up to the sky, taking your left wrist and your right hand, gently pull to the right, stretching out your left side. Come center, go the other way. Stretch out the right side. Bring it back into center. Release and exhale. Bring your hands to your lower back, thumbs out, fingers down. Take a back bend here. A little camel position. Gently pushing your hips forward, lifting your gaze, letting your shoulders fall back. All right, so let's come back into center and we'll do it again. So inhale up. Exhale, float the arms down. Interlace your fingers. Take your head to the mat. Inhale. Exhale when you get there. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale here, drop the shoulders down. Inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, go for your side body stretch. Inhale, come to center, and exhale, go the other way. Inhale, back to center, and exhale your hands to your lower back. Support that lower back, and take your back bend. Take your camel pose here. Let those shoulders fall back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back into center. We'll do one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, float it down. Interlace those fingers. Inhale. And exhale, bring the head towards the mat. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, drop those hands down away from your shoulders. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, take your side body stretch. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, go the other way. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop your hands to your lower back. Take your little back bend here. We're just gonna stay here this time and just breathe into that chest. So gently press your hips forward. Take 3 breaths into the chest, lifting the heart space. Come back into center. Breathe it up thick. Arms come high. Exhale, take it down. Find your way to your child's pose. Knees wide, toes together, head on the mat. Nice little rounding in your lower spine. A nice little counter pose for your back bend. Breathe here, 3 deep breaths. And then find your way to your tabletop. And we're going to circle our shoulders around our wrists. Okay, so you're moving the whole body. Your core is nice and tight and strong. And we're just circling around those wrists. Like you're drawing circles around them with your shoulder. Let's take 2 more here. That core nice and strong up. We'll go the other way. Again, working around those wrists. Super job. Couple more. Come back into center. Let's go right into our cat. So rounding your spine, and we're going to turn the hands backwards on the cat. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you want to turn your fingers towards your knees, you can. And then we'll come into cow. Lift the hands back forward if your fingers were back. Coming into your cow pose. We'll do that again. So exhale and round. And again, option of flipping your fingers back towards your knees. Inhale, cow, put those fingers forward. That's your option. Let's do one more set. Round for cat. Really separate shoulder blades in your upper back. Drawing the navel up. And then inhaling into your cow with your breath in, letting that belly come down. All right, very nice. Back into your tabletop. Let's move into our downward facing dog. Invite you just to enjoy this first one, just checking alignment. Pressing your hips back, feeling that lovely stretch in the back of your legs. Take a heel lifter, bringing your heels high, shifting forward like in plank. Drop the heel down, push the hips back. We'll do that again. Shift forward, heels come high. This time drop your heels to the right, press your hips to the right. Back in the center, heels high, shift forward. This time go left as you drop your heels down, press your hips and heels to the left. Coming back in the center, shift forward. Last time here, and then drop your heels down. Push into your left foot, take your right leg high. Circle your right foot. And reverse. One or two more here, and then flying runner's lunge. Dropping your right hand down, right foot to right hand. First one, we get some movement here. Warming this up. All right, y'all are doing great. Come on back into center, going into lizard. Come up on the right edge of your right foot. Your right knee falls out. Okay, you can press in with your right hand into that right leg. You can come down on the left side on your forearms or with straight arms, whichever one you like. Okay, your left knee can come down, or you can keep your left knee, your back knee lifted. Enjoy 2 breaths here. Find your runner's lunge, sit back for your half split. Go for your hamstring stretch here. Pull your your right toes back. Oh, 4 breaths here. Let's come forward, find your crescent pose, take it all the way up, reaching up, inhale. Exhale, hands behind the head. Head resting in your hands, elbows wide. One more breath here. Arms come high. Let's go back into our calf splits. Sit it back. Take a breath. Come forward, take that crescent, breathe it up, hands behind the head. Head resting in the hands, take a breath. Arms come high, let's go back to our half split. Take a breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. What it's all about, right? Let's get back into that big breath up, crescent, hands behind the head, take a breath. Arms come high, hands to the mat. Tuck your left toes. Right leg comes back, left leg comes high. Circle your left foot. Everything that has breath. Praise the Lord. Let's reverse that foot. One or two more, then find your runner's lunge. Enjoy some movement. All right, come back into center. Go to that lizard. Come up on the left edge of your left foot. That left knee falls out to the left side. Again, you can use your left hand to press in. You can take both arms to the right side on your forearm. Or maybe straight arms on the right side. This is a good place for a block too, if you have a block available. Okay, let's just breathe into it. Take a couple breaths here in your lizard. And back into center, right knee down. Hamstring stretch, half split. First one, we'll spend a little time here. Let's enjoy 2 more breaths here. Y'all are doing great. And forward, come up to crescent. Take it all the way up. Hands to the back of the head, head resting in the hands, elbows wide. Take a breath. Praise the Lord. Take that breath. Take it back up, hands to the mat, half split. Take a breath. Just going back and forth here, back to that crescent, head resting in the hands. Take a breath. Take it back to your half split. And enjoy a breath here. All right, last time here. Go back to crescent. Hands to the mat. Tuck your right toes, left leg back, downward dog. Walk it out. Big breath in and big breath out. Forward push into your left foot. Take your right leg nice and high. Let's go to our warrior one. Without your back foot, you rise up. Okay, soften your shoulders. Okay, you don't need to clamp on your ears. Just soften them down, sink into your pose. Body comes down, arms sweep back, stay here, nice strong core, palms facing down. Interlace fingers, press crown of the head forward, stretch out your neck and shoulders, pull them back with those fingers interlaced. Release, find your warrior one pose. Keep your prayer hands down to heart center. We're going to go to warrior 3. You guys can do this. Push off with your back foot. Okay? You got this. Body comes down, left leg comes up. You're looking down at your mat or at the ground. Just press into those palms. Flex that lifted foot, that left foot, toes towards the ground. And then bend your front knee and find your warrior 2 pose. So coming into warrior 2, we'll reverse triangle here, reaching back, lengthening your front leg. Back into warrior 2, side angle stretch, right arm down and left arm high. And then we'll revolve, left hand down, right arm high. So revolving through that twist in your side angle stretch. Come into your airplane position, arms out, looking down. And then just slowly rise back up to your warrior 2. Lengthen your front leg, turn to the side, wide-legged stretch, dive it down. Just hate having my back side to you guys. So I'll turn around. So we're just gonna go for a nice wide-legged stretch here. You can take your big toes with your first 2 fingers. Okay, or maybe you want to slide your hands under your feet. Or let your head hang. Release your neck. Okay, maybe your hands are at your lower legs. That works too. And your other option is wrap the arms around your face. Okay, so take whatever wide-legged forward fold you want. Release your spine. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Your hands to your waist, slowly rise up and find your way back to your warrior 2, front of the mat. Cartwheel hands to the mat, right leg comes back. And we'll take our vinyasa, we'll take our flow, finding plank, lowering down, cobra or up dog, and downward facing dog. Oh, beautiful job. Nice job. Let's push into the right foot, left leg comes high. Let's go to warrior 1, left side, push out that back foot. Rise up, sink in, again, soften your shoulders. Turn those pinky fingers in just a bit, just rotate them in, you'll feel those shoulders soften down. Bringing the body down, sweeping back, we're gonna hold here, palms facing down, sending the crown of the head forward. Push into your back foot. And then interlace your fingers, lovely stretch in the shoulders, neck. Again, crown of the head going forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's rise back up to warrior 1. Dropping hands to your heart in prayer. So again, we're gonna go to warrior 3. You guys can do this, just push off with your back foot. Lifting that back heel, toes pointed down, body comes down. Pressing into those palms, down. And then bending your front knee, going right into your warrior 2. Warrior 2, you guys got it. Let's reverse triangle. Take it back. Reach back. Coming back into your warrior 2, side angle stretch, left arm down and right arm high. And then we'll revolve that. So we'll switch, right hand down, left arm high. And then we'll go into our airplane, arms out. Just rise back up and find your warrior 2 again. There you go. So we're going to turn to the other side. And again, we're going to do our wide-legged stretch, hanging the body down, releasing the spine. Take whatever you like here. Again, big toes, ankles, lower legs. Maybe wrap the arms around your face. Sway. Anything that feels appropriate. Just release the neck, release the spine, release the head towards the mat. Take a couple more breaths here. Just enjoy 2 more breaths. Bring your hands to your waist, slowly rise up. Use that core. Very nice. Back to warrior 2. Ooh, that back arm. Those back arms, they just kind of do their own thing sometimes. Cartwheel your hands to the mat, left leg back, downward facing dog. Go ahead and flow it out. Moving with your breath. One breath, one movement, back into down dog. Just enjoy a little child's pose here. Maybe float your arms to your sides and take the side of your face to your mat. Just breathe. Just breathe. Go ahead and flip your face over to the other side. If you've got one side down, go ahead and switch. Just breathe. I love that, right? Something about our yoga practice where we get to that point where all we have to do is breathe. So simple, so beautiful, and yet so very necessary using that breath. Ezekiel 37:5 says, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Look, I'm going to put breath into you and to make you live again. The breathing life. Those of us that just need that revival, restoration. Just take 4 or 5 more breaths here. Appreciating that beautiful breath. And then bring your head to center. Enjoy one more breath in center. And then reach your arms forward. Come into your upward facing dog. Lengthening up, looking over your right shoulder. Look to your right foot or see what you see over there. And then go left shoulder, look over the left side. What you see on that side. And then come center, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Push into your left foot, right leg comes high. We'll go to that warrior one. Pull out your back foot. Come up nice and strong. Take it down. Sweep it back. Interlace fingers. Press the crown of the head forward. And then we'll rise back up to warrior one. Drop your hands to prayer. Go to your warrior three. Going through our series here again. Noticing the breath as we move. Let's go to warrior two. And then reverse triangle, reaching back to warrior two, side angle stretch. Right arm down, left arm high, and then we'll switch, we'll revolve, left hand down, right arm high. You can always flip out that back foot if you need to bring the heel up. And then we'll go to airplane, looking down, arms out, rise back up, find that warrior two, turn to the side, both legs lengthen, dive it down, your wide-legged stretch. We'll just hold here for a couple of breaths. And again, take whatever option you want in your wide-legged stretch. Bringing your hands to the waist, rising up to warrior two, finding that again at the front of your mat, cartwheeling your hands to the mat, taking that leg back, finding your down dog. Go ahead and go through your vinyasa. Your flow, intention. Back into down dog. Y'all are doing great. Left leg high. Warrior one. Back foot turns out. Nailing that strong warrior one with those strong warrior one legs. Take it down, sweep it back, interlace fingers. Crown of the head forward, push into that back foot. Rise back up to warrior one, hands to prayer, drop it down to heart center, warrior three. You guys got this. Toes pointed down on that right foot. That letter T. I heard somebody once call it a broken umbrella. Maybe that's what it looks more like. Let's go to warrior two. Warrior two. Reverse triangle, reach back. Warrior two, side angle stretch, left arm down, right arm high. And we're doing great. Let's go ahead and switch. Revolve that side angle stretch. Reach up with the left fingertips. Find your airplane, arms out, facing down, palms down. And then use that core, come up, find your warrior two. Turn to the side, do the wide-legged stretch. Again, we'll just hold here for a couple of breaths. Just let the head hang. Take the option you like. Bring it back into center, hands to the waist, rise up. Warrior two in front of the mat. Cartwheeling your hands to the mat, left leg back. Go ahead and exit here with your flow. Breathing in, breathing out. Back into our child's pose. All right, enjoy 3 or 4 more breaths here. Noticing the quality of your breath at this point. Of course, you're breathing faster than you were at the beginning of class. You just notice the quality, the timing of your breath. Is it smooth? Is it rough? Just notice the breath. All right, let's enjoy 1 or 2 more breaths here. Bravo, everybody, great job. And then go ahead and come on forward. Come onto your belly. We're going to go into Sphinx pose. So your elbows are under your shoulders, approximately. Your forearms are parallel. You're going to press into the tops of the feet. We'll start with the head down, and then just extend up. So extend up to the crown of the head, extending up with that spine, lifting your chest. So you've got an option here. You can stay right here in your Sphinx, or if you want to go for a quad stretch and take your right foot in your hand, you can do that, just gripping right below your toes. Okay, so your option is quad stretch or staying in your Sphinx pose. Okay, so whichever one you're at here, we're going to enjoy 1 or so more breaths. And then we're going to release and float everything down and take the side of your feet to your mat. Your arms at your sides, just allowing everything to rest here for a few breaths. So bringing your chin back to center, we'll do that again. So coming to your Sphinx pose. Start with your head down and extend up, lift that chest. Again, through the crown of the head, you're extending. So you're going to stay here in your Sphinx or go for your left side quad stretch. Your choice. You have choice, right? The only thing you need to do here is breathe through it. Enjoy a couple more breaths. So we'll release, we'll float everything down, taking the other side of your face to your mat. Resting here. Two more breaths. Bring Bring your chin back to center. Hands under your head, elbows wide. Yes, we're going to do a Brazilian butt burner. Bring the soles of your feet together. That's really not a yogic term, just so you know. Bring the soles of your feet together. Press the feet together. Okay, with your head down, you're going to lift and lift and lift. We're using our glutes and our lower back muscles to do this. Very good movement for strengthening those areas. Really focus on pressing the soles of the feet together as you lift. Press those heels in. Let's do 3 more. You guys can do it. And then we'll release and just windshield wiper your lower leg. Back and forth, side to side. Walk onto each side. Nice and easy. Enjoy a couple more. Back in the center, drop your toes to the mat, press up. And we're going to do our hip circle. So move your hands forward a little, make some room for those hips. We're going to press them around all the way. Nice big hip circle. Now, what are we using here as a move? We're using our breath, right? Maybe the Ujjayi breath, the lips closed, breathing in and out through your nose. That works nicely here. Go one more circle this way, and then reverse. Take a couple more. And find your way back into center. And find your way to your back. Awesome job. We'll go right into our twist. So bring your right knee in. Keep your right knee over the left side. So it works best if you tuck your left hip under your right hip. Right arm comes out. We're looking out to the right hand. Full spinal twist here. Awesome job. Try a couple more breaths in your twist. Gently unwind. Bring it into center. Right knee out to the right side. The right hip. Enjoy a couple more breaths here. Nice job, everybody. And then come back into center. And we'll switch right leg out, twist, left knee over the right side, look left. Here it is, 2 more breaths. And then shift back to center. And go to your hip opener, left knee out to the left side. Two more breaths here. All right, wonderful. Bring your left knee and bring your right right knee in, gently roll out that lower spine as you move left and right. And then I invite you to go to whatever you want here. Of course, Happy Baby is a favorite. You can do a shoulder stand. You can do more bridge. You can do legs in the air. Take a nice big wide-legged stretch. Lots of options. Take a combination. Different movement, leading plow. Just finish up however you like. And then we'll all come back in the center. Drop your knees back into your chest. Your exhale, and with your inhale, reach back, stretch it out, point your toes forward. Lengthen every bit of you. Let's interlace our fingers and touch our palms back. And then release and exhale. Bring the knees in, head to knees, knees to head. And we'll gently release. Walking the legs out, floating the arms to the sides, palms up. Let's take in one more breath here. Big breath in. And a big breath out, exhale. And then enjoying your own natural breath. Whatever breath comes easy, whatever breath feels organic here. Just noticing that breath. And enjoying that restorative breath. Releasing your heels into the ground, releasing your feet and your toes. Releasing your lower legs and your knees and your upper legs. Feeling the heaviness in your feet and your legs. No effort, just ease. Just breath. Allow your hips to surrender. Allow your glute muscles and your pelvis and your lower back to surrender. Allow your entire back to release and surrender and melt into the ground. Moving your upper back, your shoulder blades, and all the muscles around the shoulders and the shoulder blades. And then allowing the chest and the belly to relax. And the top of the body release. Noticing the ins and outs of your breath. And then feeling the heaviness in your arms, starting at your shoulders and moving down your arms to your wrists. Noticing the heaviness in your hands and your fingers. The fingers gently curl up, signifying that the hands are relaxed. The backs of the hands surrender into the ground. And then bring your attention to your throat. You can swallow if you want to acknowledge your throat. Allow your throat and your jaw and your mouth and your tongue to completely surrender. Relax, release. The jaw drop down. And your cheeks and the muscles around your eyes and your forehead completely relax and release and let go. Let your entire head relax and release and let go. Beautiful feeling. Psalm 150, 150, verse 6. Says, let everything that has breath praise the Lord. One of our songs today. You have breath, I have breath, we all have breath. I'll praise the Lord through our breath. Take this moment to appreciate this life-giving breath that God has given us from the start. Carries us through every day. Praise Him through your breath, with your breath, for your breath. Take a moment here to rest and breathe. Praise and reflect. All right, beautiful job, everybody. Let's go ahead and bring back some movement, gently and slowly. However it feels best for you. Maybe open, shut your hands, turn your head side to side, whatever you like. Roll over to your side, stay there for a breath or two. And then come up to a seated position and we'll finish up with our prayer. You guys. Job well done. Let's go ahead and bow our heads in prayer. Oh, dearest Heavenly Father God, we just lift our prayers to you today. We lift our breath to you and we praise you. We worship you, Lord God, for this life-giving breath in each of us. Thank you, God, for how you provide for us every day, physically, emotionally, spiritually. You are our breath of life. We love you and we thank you for all that you've done for us. Thank you for what you've done for us on the cross. Thank you that we are forgiven and free to live without guilt or condemnation. We're so grateful. And Lord God, I thank you for these wonderful people that have joined me today. I pray you bless them in every way. Bless them from the inside out, from top to bottom, and that they feel renewed and refreshed and restored because of you. And Lord God, we're just so grateful for all that you do for us. We give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. It's in your holy and very precious name that we pray. Amen and amen. God bless you guys. Thanks for joining me today. Have a beautiful day. See you guys again soon.